과학기지로 떠납니다.
Don't bring forgiveness, and I'm gonna hunt you down.
Welcome to map number 2, King Sejong Station here for this TVZ. Down on the bottom right, the Zerg player in the purple needs to win 2 in a row to go to that winner's match. It is true.
And over here in the top left, going gas first, it is TY, already showing us a unique mech build in game number 1. Now going to a very early gas. He's got something else specific planned here for Sejong Station, a map where we have a very fast nat to nat, as they say, by air. So we'll see if he's got something planned with the starport.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe he wants to mix it up. I mean, back in the day, Heart of the Swarm, the only thing we ever saw was mech, but specifically on this map, for TVZ, of course, what I'm talking about, but on this map, we used to see it a lot. We used to see super long games. You take the middle base, make it a planetary, that's your 4th.
Oh, Neve, true, NA power.
Protoss lol.
XDDDD.
Neve is in the house trying to channel that NA power.
He is like #1 in his group, #1 on GM ladder, #1 meme lord, outdoes Rapid. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Oh man.
Change his flag to the Mars flag. I guess Elon Musk is going to have to get there first, colonize the make a flag, then we can put the Mars flag on his name next to Wikipedia. Okay. In this game, we do see a factory coming up here. It's not going to be anything crazy. I was wondering if TY was really just going to throw, you know, basically standardization out the window and go like 3 racks Reaper or something, but he's really just going for a quicker factory here. Nothing out of the ordinary for a gas first. So True obviously scouting this, sees what's going on with his Overlord. Already going to work on these rocks early on instead of using these links for pressure, since I guess there's no Reaper coming his way. Find some value from these links.
Yeah, I mean, when you're facing TY, but when you're facing Terran in general, especially when you're facing TY, you want to break down those rocks because tank push is very strong if you can get them behind the rocks and they're not broken down so that your lings can't really get over there. The tanks are protected. And I think it's a really good idea even to commit to 6 lings to make sure you can get these down fast.
Starport on the way here with a reactor, so it looks like it's going to be more the Beyond type of push with medevacs, but without stim, so a little bit different obviously. It's going to be early Marines before the Queen count is high, but less powerful, less you know, neck-breaking of a push. You know, if you do some damage with it, it's not like you're ever going to be able to kill the Zerg. If you kill some drones, you can kill a few Queens. And this SCV is looking to perhaps block this 3rd base, or maybe just do a late scout. I'm not entirely sure why he's got that hidden down there. Probably just going to go for a delayed scout, I guess. He can block it, though. Look at this. Oh, he just barely missed it. He was in position to block it. I saw on the mini-map. I was like, well, if that SCV, like, eBay blocks the Zerg's 3rd base, I'm going to lose my mind. But, like, Evolution Chamber comes up. I think he scouted that. Okay, yeah. Did see that.
It did scout that. And this is, of course, a double medevac drop. I think that Overlord did get a good scout there. And there are going to be Widow Mines in the mix here, too. I think maybe just 1.
Yeah, I think he's going to do, like, 14 Marines and 1 Widow Mine. He has 10 Marines now. He's going to have the next set in just a moment. I'm so sad we don't have your observing PC because I'm always, like, looking over there and I don't have the info I'm wanting. Okay, so 11 Marines and 1 Widow Mine. As he didn't quite have 14 stuff yet, 2 more about to pop, but he doesn't have time to waste for those 2 Marines. They are late to the party. These 2 medevacs are coming across now. He has 4 Queens and 14 Lings, and Ling's speed. It looks like he attempted a bunker here, but good scout. So I knew he had something planned for that SCV.
The Ling's out of position here. He does have a Spore for that Widow Mine. We'll see if he gets a nice position out of detection.
Look at this, the Marines in good spots here behind these mineral lines. Unfortunately, the Queens, though, are ranged. Let's see what this Widow Mine hits. It's targeting that Queen now. The Lings are just going down here. The Widow Mine does not hit the Queens, but he's running low on transfuse energy. Eventually, he may just be broken here. He's targeting the medevac down. The medevac escapes. Good
nice transfuse, though, to keep that alive for as long as possible. And now the Lings do stream in, finally. This will be cleaned up.
I'd say it was a pretty good trade for TY though. I mean, he got a lot of lost mining damage done, if you will. You know, forcing those drones off the line. Queen and Ling attack here. I guess what we're going to see that feels like True. True's nickname in Korea, by the way, is the Runaway Train Zark, because you just never really know how far he's going to commit, how many banglings he's going to make.
Yeah.
He's the train that you can't control. It doesn't have brakes.
Because it runs away. Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't stop him. He just goes out of control. We'll see if TY can defend.
We already have 6 Hellions out of the map, and an Armory about to finish. These are about to turn into Hellbats. He was planning for his own follow-up attack with Liberators, Hellbats, and Marines. Now, this is really interesting. Let's see if he goes to the main or if he just drops it in the natural. The 4 Queen Harass drop coming in.
This is just really unlucky timing for TY. There is 1 Liberator here. The Hellions come back. This whole army is going to get shut down now. It will be surrounded. The Queens have to evacuate. This, in a really big way, though, empowers TY's follow-up push because all these units were out of position. Now they're gone. If he kills these Queens, he's not going to have those for the defense either. And this is almost all in from True. He's down to 31 drones. The Overlord gets, transfused. So he can actually transport these Queens continuously. That was a close call there. Really good transfusions and reactions from True in this series. But will it be enough? Oh, he targets it again.
Transfuse! That's the thing about a Queen drop, guys. You can transfuse your Queens or your drop ship. In this case, the drop Overlord, of course. And keep in mind that he's doing this all on 31 drones. So if he doesn't find some more damage, he's going to be very far behind. TY, though, he did take a bit of damage as well himself. He is only on 34 SCVs, but
if he had gotten the Armory or something, maybe he could hold this, but I just don't feel like he can. With pure Lings versus basically pure Hellbats, is that possible? Okay, looks like he's going to counterattack instead again from trying to defend. And here come the Hellbats. This is going to be so difficult to hold. He did make a few more Queens. He's up to 9 until, so 5 back at home. But the defense for TY, that setup is much stronger than True's. So I think he wins this kind of base trade situation. I don't know what to call it exactly. It's a super weird game, but I mean, he has the better setup here. He has Liberators that can't be killed.
And he's eventually going to clean up the drop in his main.
Yeah.
And he can drop some mules. Meanwhile, we have a Zerg on 31 drones, barely mining. His whole entire army is Lings against Hellbat Marines and Liberators, as you were mentioning.
He's just going to target down this hatch until the Lings come over. Then he's going to fight the Lings with Hellbats. You know, not allowing the surface area to pick up here. The Hellbats get healed. And this is just the beginning of the end, I feel. These Lings cannot fight this much firepower here in AoE, and that should be game. I'd say TY takes this, and we'll go to the winner's match. The Queen drop is continuing.
Yeah, he cleans this up eventually. It looks like the Queens back there are still in the Overlord, but it doesn't really matter at this point. It eventually goes down.
Yep, the Queen drop is being killed back at home by Liberators, in fact.
There are 30 drones, and almost all of them are in the main. I don't even know how that's possible. Way oversaturated. He just had to get them out of the line of fire, I suppose.
Yeah, and now TY can basically do whatever he wants. He has double mules, he's had them for a long time, and he's going to start at third base. This should probably be canceled if True goes over there and scouts it, but he may not. He may just kind of go all in at this point. He is getting +1 melee. The thing is, TY is just in such great shape versus the lack of tech. I mean, this is just like Speedlings and Queens, okay? It's hatchery tech at its finest. The best hatch tech you can have.
Yeah, he already has +1 armor, too. Carapace.
If he wants to go like full circle, he might as well get a Roach Horn and just try to bring Roaches, too, and try to fight a Terran army that's now being upgraded at mech, who has armories and soon to have 3 factories. He's just so massively ahead. Anything True does is desperation, and you know, he's got to try something here. He does not want to drop down to that loser's match to play against Hero of all players.
Yeah, Baneling Nest, another hatchery tech joining us here. He's about to lose all mining at his main here. And the 4 Queen drop, it's not going to work. And look at that Terran army. That's incredibly scary. And all the while, he's getting a nice bit of harass damage done here.
All right, these Queens are the saddest Queens the world's ever seen. They will be able to transfuse each other for a little while here. Oh man, this is just so silly, but we'll finally get cleaned up.
Oh, the decoy Overlord to eating the damage there so he can continue to micro away.
This game is like...
Let's get another transfuse. He's still alive!
This game by True is the epitome of I'll show fun games for the fans.
It really is.
He's given some slick micro moves there with the Overlord, even though basically matters zero.
Okay, 17 Banelings.
That's his last hope here. I don't think it's going to be enough.
There's no tanks. Here we go, he's got a split.
And he does really well so far. Once the Banelings are gone, the Hellbats should be able to clear this. He's got a Liberator as well. And it looks like True, you know what? He holds it. But it cost him so much larva. He's down to 26 drones. So even though he holds that, he's basically on a base and a half worth of saturation with 26 drones, whereas TY has 55 and 3 CCs and triple mules and blue flame versus purelings.
Yeah, once he gets blue flame, this is probably going to be over. True is sticking in this one for so long.
He's impressing me with how long he's living.
I love this drop too. The queen drop is so fun. You just transfuse it, it never dies, and it's fast enough in the speed overlord. Oh, coming back in for some harass once again.
Such a fun concept. Like queens keep each other alive and their transport alive. If he gets a Cyclone lock on here, oh, he's got a Viking too.
Oh boy,
that's the end of that.
There you go. And the remains do fall into the pit. Very sad. Drew going for one final attack. The Banelings trying to find some damage, some Speedlings coming into the third base, but Cyclone's going to clean this all up with the Hellbats.
Good position here as well, just covering that mineral line entirely. TY is doubling the supply in all aspects here now at 117 to 63. The space is empty, no saturation. At least he's mining from the bases that have more minerals here. TY takes another base. He knows this game is basically won, and he's like, I guess he's not going to GG, so I'll just play this super safe to make sure I win it, and that nothing weird happens, and once I have max out, I'll go kill him.
Yeah, fair enough.
And he's actually going mass Cyclones. He's like doing his own fan service here.
This time it's a Baneling drop. Maybe he was expecting some queens in this one, but not going to show him what's in that drop just yet. We'll go for the main. And we have a big run by of Lings going towards that third base as well. So maybe he wants to distract and then run by at the same time, but it looks like TY's in position.
The truth of the matter is, if True could press a button that would blow up all 65 SCVs of TY's, I still don't think he can win this game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's going to go for one last push here. There's so many Blue Flame Hellions. He's not even going to put them in Hellbat mode because of the situation here where he just wants to have more mobility to chase down and kill everything. Banelings crash in, kill 3 Hellions, and that's all he's got left. These queens will go down here. GG!
TY going to take a 2-0 against True. Kind of what we expected, but showing a very fun style in the TBC matchup. And keep in mind, guys, he's going up to the winner's match to face off against Pet, another Zerg. So we may be seeing some more of this very fun TBC mech style.
Yeah, definitely a high chance of that. At the same time, it's going to be a tough matchup down in the loser's match for True against Hero. So even though he lost to Pet, showed us some pretty solid PvZ.
Yeah, very, very true. And True seems to be a bit unhappy with that. In between games, he was like, good job. But then he was like, oh, I feel really pressured. I don't feel good, sad, kind of. And kind of mirrored on his face here. We'll see if he can do better up against Hero in that loser's match a little bit later on.
It's definitely, pretty stressful to be the NA representative that got 2-0'd, whereas the foreign NA representative goes out 4-0.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little bit stressful, no doubt.
Very true. The coin toss, and we will be going to that winner's match between Pet and TY after a quick commercial break. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.
Voices are getting loud.